Hello, it's Jo from Emily Cat 176, and it's Friday, and Fridays mean Books on Friday. Now, I have had a very busy, very tiring week, so I actually haven't finished reading the book I'm reading at the moment, so I'm going to keep that until probably next week. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is my favourite book. Now this, I think we all have favourite books. We like, you know, different authors and different genres and whatever, and there'll be that one book that is your favourite. And mine was written in 1994. Can you see that? Asta's book by Barbara Vine. Now Barbara Vine, she's actually, it was Ruth Rendell writing as Barbara Vine. Now I think Ruth Rendell was a very good writer. She was English. I think she died about 10 years or so ago. Great mystery writer, really great. There's a bit of conjecture about whether P.D. James, who was another English mystery writer, hers was Dalgleish, I think was the name of her detective, and Barbara Vine, not Barbara Vine, sorry, Ruth Rendell. Now Ruth Rendell wrote the Wexford Mysteries, but she also wrote a series of books under the name of Barbara Vine. They were more, what would I say, psychological thrillers maybe. They were different to the Wexfords. I mean, I didn't like the Wexford books as much. Kissing the Gardener's Daughter, though, that was a very good one. I think that's the best Wexford one. But the Barbara Vine ones, this one, Asta's book, the premise is, it starts with, it's the granddaughter that's writing it, or it's from her point of view. So she has been put in charge of her famous grandmother's diary. So it's Asta's diary. So Asta and her husband Rasmus came over to London from Denmark in 1905, and he's away a lot on business, so Asta starts writing this diary. And from what you can sort of gather, she's always been a diary writer, but she writes this diary about her life in London, everyday life in London. And when she starts this diary, because the first line she puts in is something about someone's asked her if polar bears walk down the street, and she dies before this diary gets, one of her daughter actually finds this diary after Asta's died, and she's a born storyteller, and this diary has become world famous, absolutely world famous. This is the premise of the book. And at the same time that Asta's been writing this story, a murder has occurred in the Roper house, and it's an unsolved murder with a missing child. So this is the start of the novel, and what happens is a former friend of the granddaughter comes to her. She's a television producer, and they're going to film Asta's book, and she wants to know if there's anything about this murder in Asta's diary, because she lived very close by to where all this happened. And that's how the book starts. this is the premise of the book. It's the it's about, like, the murder is central to it, but it's just so well written. And as I've said to you before, I do read crime, and I like these ones where the crime's been in the past. But the author has just, it's all these threads going this way, that way, that way with this book, but they all come together in the end. And it's just, I love this book. I love this book. And there is a scene where the maid of the house is walking down these streets. I felt like I was walking next to her when I read it. I mean, it's just such a good book. And I said she was such a good writer. And this one, yeah. See, there's A Dark Adapted Eye. That's a good one too. But this is my favourite, I think, this one. It's just so good. The whole story, the way the story, she's good. The characters are believable, very well written. It's a very well written book, and the story flows, and there are these other threads coming in, but it all relates. It all relates to the story as a whole, and the ending is, yes, I have to admit I didn't guess the ending. But once you know it, it sort of makes sense. But it's just, I would really recommend people, if you like that sort of literature, reading this book. It's that good. I don't read it very often at all. I've got it, as you can see, I have it on my Kindle. And I think this is why it's still my favourite book, because I don't read it very often at all. But it was good. And as I said, some of you might have seen the Wexford, because that was on television, those Wexford books. They filmed them. And I think they were quite popular, actually, back in the day. So, as I said, it's the same author, you know, a bit like J.K. Rowling writes under Robert Galbraith. But as I said, the Barbara Vine books are a little bit different. They're a bit more, yeah, psychological, maybe. But as I said, they're very good. I think I've actually got, on my website, I've actually got The House of Stairs as well. And that was a good one too. I just think she was a really good writer. I think she was a very good writer. And I did see an interview with her once, and the way she started her books was she started with the ending, and she did about 6 endings, and then she worked her way back. Very good writer. A very good writer. So, yeah, that's books on Friday. As I said, I have started the other book. I haven't got very far. As I said, it's just been one of those weeks, I think. So, that will probably be next week, because it's quite a big book. It's because it's this one I'm reading, and as you can see, I haven't got very far. It's quite, how many pages? 600 and something. 622. Big book, you know. But even the Asta's book, that's got about 460 pages. But yeah, as I said, well worth a read. And I will talk about that other book next week. So, happy reading, everyone. Please give me comments about what you're reading. I'd love to know, the people that are watching my videos, I'd love to know what you're reading, because I might get some ideas myself to read some of the books. So anyway, as I said, happy reading, and I will be back on Monday. I'll be sharing another video on Monday. I am going to a show tomorrow. Well, maybe I might do the reviews, because someone once said to me I should put my reviews online too. So we'll see. But there is another video I want to share, so we'll see. But anyway, as I said, Have a nice weekend, and I will speak to you on Monday. Okay, bye.